Hey folks, it's Sean McCormick, and I've just seen a really cool video from Peter McKinnon where he does an animation but then he brings it into Premiere, and I'm going to show you how to do that inside Photoshop. So here's something that I've prepared. So I've prepared an image and I've created a mask. It's a composite I do. I can talk about masking again. But for now I've just got a layer mask that basically hides out from the background. So if I just turn on this background layer and option click on it, we can see this is what the original file looks like. It was just shot on black. And then I created a masked version of it which cuts it out. As you can see, it's not the cleanest mask in the world, but it's not bad. And then I've just got this other file here and I've literally just dragged and dropped it on and then resized it. In fact, let me just show you that bit altogether. So I've literally come in here. So I've grabbed the layer here with the move tool on and I've clicked to this one here and I hold the shift key and drop it. Now it says it's the wrong, it'll convert it. I don't mind, it'll be okay. And then I go Command T, or you can go to Edit and Free Transform. And what I'm just going to do is just hold the shift key and then drag this up both sides, so that way it stays, the aspect stays the same, and then kind of line it up wherever I want it to be. That'll do fine. So now we have the layer basically being visible. And what I'm going to do now here is I'm going to go Window and Timeline. Go Create Video Timeline, and that creates a video timeline. And it just shows the two visible layers. So the background copy, which is on top. So now if we open up here, we'll see that we have an option for opacity. So if I click on opacity, we're at the beginning. So that sets a keyframe. So I'm going to come to the opacity of that layer and turn it down the whole way. So that's invisible. And then after a few frames here, I'm just going to drag this along, say after whatever, a second. And then I just click this keyframe again. And it puts in another keyframe. And then I put the opacity up. Alright, so now if I drag back my scrubber and I press play, we can see that she just appears on the timeline. So nice and neat. So not so much in the way of having to do all of the copying and pasting because I've used a mask just for ease. It's just one way of doing it. You know, I really love the way he's done it. Okay, so there's one more thing I'm just going to do here now that I've got the timeline in place, is that I'm going to crop this. I'm going to crop so that it's going to fit exactly what we want. So I'm going to choose 16:9. Okay, and come out here and X that so that we swap it around. I'm going to hold Shift and Option so that we can drag it up evenly from the center. Okay, I'm going to let it do so that she's in frame properly. And the reason I want to do that is I want to make sure it's going to fit correctly when I go out with it. So now I'm going to save it out, and I do that from this little icon here, the little bendy arrow. That'll give me my options here. Now I've set the size to custom and I've set it to this. Oh, actually, I just noticed my crop is in the wrong place. So C for crop. And just bring that up slightly so that we're cropping away from the feet. I could actually move her in the frame as well, but that crop will do fine because there's plenty of room to crop. So now I'm going to come in and do that export again. And so you tell that's double. I'm just going to give it a name that makes a little bit more sense. And then here in custom, I've already done this, so I've obviously got options here. So I've set it so that the width is 1080 and it's 1920, so that we're given a high HD basically output, but sideways HD. Okay, so I click render and that will then do an export. So that's obviously going to take a couple of seconds. So I'm just going to jump to the desktop and play this back from the desktop. So there you go. Very, very easily done. So that's how you do it from within Photoshop itself without having to jump out to Premiere to get the actual video. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. The usual, subscribe, like, notify. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.